What's going on, guys? I'm Fuller with Custom Offsets TV on YouTube. This is Rainey, the most cynical person I know. And yesterday, I don't know if it was yesterday by the time you watch this, it's definitely not. But we posted a graphic that said, send in your trucks so we can roast them. And like over 50 of you emailed us within 24 hours and said, roast my truck. So we got 5 of those, and we're gonna... Hello? Why would I know where your laptop charger is? Second drawer, right-hand side. You're welcome. I don't know why she's so mad about a charger. Anyway, we're gonna roast some trucks. I think that's the plan. Ready?
Yep.
All right. This, okay, we have no details on it. Didn't send us any information. What does that say? F around and find out.
I'm already into it. I can't roast that.
Second gen Cummins. It's missing the Dodge badge here. It's got a big old road armor bumper on it, 3 hella lights. It's a dually. It's pretty massive. It's got the moose mirrors flipped up. We have 2 photos to go off of from the same angle. Maybe the whole backside of this truck is just completely fucked.
I mean, the bottom half's bedline, so it's probably rotted. It is a Mopar. And it looks like a 4th gen bumper for the cutout for the grill.
Yep.
Onto a 2nd gen.
And what are we looking at for wheels here? Are these just like stock wheels that are painted? They look like very chunky.
Yeah, it's a thick boy, but really small wheels.
Well, yeah, this work truck.
Wait, is the other one? Is this tow mirrors up in the other one?
Yeah.
How do you go back and forth? Fucking choose one.
Neither one has a trailer, so it's not like, you know. Also, I really don't like the visor. This just reminds me of like an old guy who's wearing a hat that's not supposed to be a flat brim, but he doesn't have the bill curved yet, and he's just trucker hat with the 5-star lights up there.
Yeah, it's a unit.
Something. All right, let's see. So this is an F-150. Put all the parts on when I was in high school and had no responsibilities, and now a broke college student scraping every penny together. Well, we put rock stars on an F-150. That's the first mistake.
And it's on arguably the worst body style F-150 for anything other than driving to work.
These were pretty bad. That's a massive brush guard too. It goes up over the hood. Like, I feel like this is not for this truck. It's for something else.
It looks like it's for like an Expedition or an Explorer. And
I can't tell if the light bar is installed crooked and angled up, or if you just rammed it into a snowbank and that's why it's all tipped back. Like, is this front brush guard now pushed into the truck?
It looks like, because it looks like the bumper's creased in.
Yikes. Sweet BMX bike though. Got some night shades on the taillights. Classic. Ope. So the truck's probably pretty rotted just based on this one corner. I'm gonna say that the rest of the underside's probably not much better.
And he's missing the lens for the tail light.
You don't need the lenses, that's optional. Oh, there's a video. Will it play?
Will it run is the real question. Well, with the video not opening, I'm gonna assume the truck doesn't run. Congratulations, your truck broke the computer.
Next. All right, 2015 F-150 Platinum, 5-liter. It's got 11 kit, 22 by 12s, negative 43 fuel Tritons, and 33 by 12.5 Venom Power XT tires. So, dude's got a Platinum, but he's got, I think Venom Power makes the cheapest tires on the market in a 33 12.5 for 22s anyway.
On a set of fuels.
Yeah.
Good wheels, cheap tires.
Fuel wheels that look like TS 544s. Like, why didn't you just buy 544s if you're gonna copy everybody else? It might be more of a diss to fuel than it is to this guy, but great photos too. Close up, I can see everything.
Sideways.
That's kind of a joke if you didn't catch that. Pro tip, when you take photos, turn the wheel so that the wheel faces the camera. It'd be a lot easier for us to see what's going on. Oh, does this guy have a video too? All right, apparently we have to download videos in order to watch them.
Hopefully this one runs.
Oh, it's straight up and down. Snapchat video.
I'm pretty sure that's floored. Pretty sure that's floored.
I feel like that was a great comment to end on, so we just had to skip.
That's fine.
Caption, roast my fire emoji.
You bought a Nissan Titan XD, and I think that's where it stops.
I was gonna say the same thing. I think that's all we need to really cover there. Like, congrats, you bought a Cummins, but it's a weird 5-liter V8 Cummins that isn't really a Cummins at all.
And there's no aftermarket options that aren't like $12,000.
Yep. Might as well just do a motor swap.
I would have just bought a Nissan
Ooh!
Titan. And it's broken.
Broken. On a flatbed. Shouldn't have bought a Nissan.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything bad to say about this actually though, because it looks kind of nice.
I'm actually like a kind of a fan.
What's up, Zach?
Hey.
You want to roast this truck?
Yeah.
Come and get in.
It looks like a lifted Prius.
If you couldn't hear that, he said it looks like a lifted Prius.
It's nice though.
That's not roasting.
It's a nice lifted Prius.
That's true. It's like a Ridgeline, only it's got a Cummins in it, but not really a true Cummins.
It's like a Ridgeline with a Cummins. That's probably one of the worst insults I've ever heard. What is with people and rock stars? And if you're gonna get rock stars, like the whole purpose is that you can take off the plastic and paint it whatever color you want. Having the entire wheel just all black.
That's like an 8.5-inch wide wheel. That's factory offset.
It's like factory specs on this GMC 1500.
I mean, the photos are crystal clear. That Dutch angle.
That one's a little not as clear.
I will say
This
these are the
one's
cleanest
nice,
photos we've gotten out of this whole thing, though.
which is disappointing. The truck is essentially stock. It has, like, congrats, you put wheels on, but they're not any bigger than factory. They're not any wider than factory. It doesn't stick out at all. The truck is the same height. It doesn't even have tint.
And it has running boards on it still.
Yeah, I gotta take those off. You'd be surprised at how many people, like I skimmed through these emails and there had to be, half of them were like people with stock trucks. I was like, what do you want me to tell you about your stock truck? There's not really much to comment on.
Right.
Well, I don't know why you guys like that, but that was us roasting your trucks. So if you have trucks that you want to be roasted, you can email them to us at tv@customoffsets.com. Make sure you put in there that you want it to be roasted, because otherwise we'll be polite and friendly. Goodbye.
Bye.